Hey, welcome back to the Ready State. Recently, we put up the splits machine, or the Batman hip opener, OG, you guys know who you are. We're just basically unloading you and letting you get into some different shapes. One of the things that we try to talk about all the time is what we call stacking archetypes, which is challenging one position up top with maybe a different shape or different position down below. So if you've seen some of our anterior or overhead distraction where we're doing a single arm, the idea is to try to open up this overhead position and then change what's happening down below so you can catch some of the implications of those fascial systems and how all the musculature and pieces work together. This next one is called Sparkle Watts, and it's for our super friend, world champion, World Cup holder, winner, Kate Courtney. And what ends up happening, she is an incredible cyclist and our Olympian. And this one is double overhand. So the difference is we're not going to be smoking or trying to work on the hips down below. What we're trying to do here is create an opportunity to connect the trunk back to the hips. And so for a lot of our cyclists, for example, they get really, really stiff around the hip. And one of the things that happens then is that you'll see that the fascia upstream gets a little bit implicated. And in yoga, we do a lot of things where we're trying to rotate, or even in some of our basic hip flows, people are rotating. But the limitation is what's happening because we're locked down below, we actually can't rotate very far. So we're gonna flip that on its head, prioritize the loading through the upper body first. And so in this shape, suddenly you can relax. And what you're gonna find, just like the hip opener, is suddenly now, instead of working on the hip capsule or working on some of these end range positions, we're able to really challenge some of the musculature and connective tissue systems above the pelvis. So what we've done with this overhead position suddenly is given us a chance to create rotation and to find restriction between the pelvis and the torso. So this shape and this position allows us to push into some corners and find some rotational planes and find some kind of sticky points in freestyling that we may not get otherwise. So we oftentimes see people holding on to a single ring and trying to open up this lateral side. It's nice that you can lock off overhead. The band allows you to relax. But what you'll see in some of these positions is that you can actually be getting into and accessing some of the aspects of the fascia and muscular systems above the pelvis. What are we doing? Prioritizing the tissues upstream first, using the lower body as the load, which is very different than, say, getting into a position like this and then trying to rotate out of it. So try the Sparkle Watts, let us know where you go, and you'll be like, oh, suddenly I can see how my trunk is somehow related to my hips.